Hello and welcome back to British English with me, Ali. In today's lesson, I'm going to be sharing with you some common and favourite dishes that we eat in the UK. Usually we'll eat dinner around 6:30, 6:30 or 7 o'clock. A typical British meal will be something that's prepared in the oven. It might be something like a lamb roast or a roast chicken or even a roast beef with some vegetables such as carrots, something green, some potatoes, and hopefully if potatoes are there, there'll be some gravy involved. Gravy sauce is a really important aspect of a roast dinner. It just adds a certain something to the roast dinner. I personally feel that without gravy, it's just a bit dry. I think that gravy, it connects, it combines everything into this delicious combination. This roast dinner, which I'm talking about, is usually saved for Sunday because just like the English breakfast, we don't really have time to create this huge, time-consuming dish. So this is usually saved for Sunday, hence the reason that we call it a Sunday roast. As for me, working and living in London, when I came home, I would usually prepare something quite quick and simple. As I was just cooking for myself, I didn't want to take hours making this huge, decadent dinner. So more often than not, I would have a salad filled with maybe mushrooms and tofu and enough variety to satisfy me. However, I really enjoyed inviting friends to my house and hosting dinner parties. So in this event, I would typically make more of a course style meal, such as a roast dinner, or perhaps something like a Mexican dinner where everybody can kind of take what they want. I prepare the taco shells and some nice dips and fillings, and everybody can kind of help themselves and get involved in the making of each dish rather than me sort of serving. I felt too that it was a really good way for people to bond. Often I'd have friends from one part of my life and another part of my life, and these dinner parties were really helpful ways to connect people from different areas of my life. So I think for me and many British people, the dinner table is a place of great importance, not just because of the food itself, but because it's a moment of bonding and relaxing and just having a good time. Popular dishes in the UK are typically very stodgy. By stodgy, I mean heavy, and after one of the typical British desserts, you will definitely not need a snack after that. Something along the lines of sticky toffee pudding. This is a very heavy cake, which obviously, as the name suggests, has a lot of like sticky toffee in it, and because of this sort of heaviness and sweetness, it's very nice with something like ice cream. Another popular thick, heavy cake is a chocolate fudge cake, which again, you definitely do not require a snack afterwards. It's extremely filling and very rich, and probably best enjoyed just occasionally, not every day. On the weekend, it's quite common that someone who enjoys baking might make a cake. So a Victoria sponge is a very common option, and even a Swiss roll. Spending time in the kitchen, making something nice is just something that us Brits love to do. And cake is a pretty easy thing to make. When you have an oven, you can just pop the cake in and take it out when it's ready. Then you can enjoy it for afternoon tea with your friends on a Sunday. There may be an occasion when you've gone out for drinks, and in the pub, we don't tend to sit down for food whilst drinking. In Britain, I would say that more often than not, we go out for a drink and we may have some olives or some crisps, but realistically, we won't sit down to a full meal. As such, when you get home, you may experience what you call the munchies, where you're very, very hungry and just want to eat something quickly. When this happens, we refer to the frozen food section of our supermarkets. In Britain, we have so many types of frozen foods: lasagnas, pasta dishes, fish cakes, frozen pizzas, even frozen vegetables, frozen chips, anything you can think of, we basically have it in the frozen section. Of course, it's not ideal to eat frozen food every single day, but it is really handy when you're too busy to cook or you have the munchies. My favourite restaurant in London was actually a Peruvian restaurant. They had some fantastic dishes and excellent cocktails too. But I think one of the most wonderful things about the UK is that there is such a variety of dishes. It's not just meat and vegetables or roast dinners. There's such a variety. And even before I came to Japan, I was eating things such as tofu, edamame, I would go out for sushi, I could enjoy food from all over the world. So when people say that British food is bad, I would say that perhaps traditional British food has a reputation of being quite brown, but in actual fact, when you live and eat in the UK, you will find some really amazing and fun dishes. Another thing that us Brits absolutely love are pies. It's very, very comforting, and I think a pie is perfect for the cold winter months. Again, we use our ovens, and you can enjoy this crispy top with the soft, juicy meat or vegetables inside. All I'm going to do is finish with my top 3 foods. One of these is from Marks and Spencer's, or Marks and Sparks. This is a quite high-end supermarket and clothing shop, and you can buy a caterpillar cake which has a chocolate face and a chocolate body and little feet. And if it is your birthday, you can eat Colin's face. It was just this big, thick slab of chocolate. But I would say that 99% of people in the UK, if they hear about Colin the caterpillar cake, something in their heart will flutter and they'll get a little bit excited, because Colin was a very important part of many of our childhoods. So I do recommend trying Colin, and if it is your birthday, you are entitled to the face. My second recommendation, which I love, are wine gums. These are little chewy gummies, and they come in strawberry flavour, blackcurrant flavour. They basically come in different colours. The last thing I recommend, and you cannot go to the UK without trying, is mum's cooking. Now, I don't know if my mother can actually host all of you viewers, but just getting a taste of mother's cooking, as it is in Japan, when someone has gone to the effort of preparing something, perhaps it's not perfectly designed, but it just tastes so much better. So if you get a chance to try some home cooking, I really recommend. Well, thank you for listening to this video today. I have not talked about fish and chips in this video. If you want to hear my take on fish and chips, please do check the video in this top corner about stereotypes of British people. Please do leave your comments, and until next time.